New technologies are proliferating almost uncontrollably, and enormous sums of money are exchanging hands. Artists and startup businesses are being recognized as forerunners of a new era. You'd be forgiven if you didn't know everything. The phenomenon that we're describing occurs in a parallel universe. The metaverse is a fusion of our physical and digital lives brought about by advances in internet connectivity, AR, VR, and blockchain. It's the culmination of all our science fiction fantasies, as imagined in Tron and Ready Player One, yet it's already happening. Before we begin, don't forget to check the link given in the description below. If that seems intriguing to you, you won't be surprised to learn that people are investing extensively in this space, that over $400 million have been spent on the non-fungible token, the Metaverse's chosen money or NFT, that $40 million are now exchanging every month, and the most expensive NFT transactions in history have all occurred in the last few months. To understand why the sector is drawing so much attention, we can look to prominent firms in this space and what they have to offer, as well as the entrepreneurs have to say. These individuals jumped in headfirst before the boom, gaining insights that the rest of us are only now beginning to uncover. Many people don't understand Upland by any traditional measure. It's a communal experience rather than a virtual game. Yet, why are thousands of people spending money on this app? One reason could be that it's so one of a kind. Upland is a decentralized application or DApp that allows users to purchase, sell, and trade virtual real estate that's linked to real-world maps. So, for example, you can go to Upland, New York to find out who owns the Empire State Building or the New York Stock Exchange. You may even bid on them yourself if you have enough in-game currency. This concept is intriguing on its own. Upland's in-game economy, however, distinguishes it as more than just a toy. To begin purchasing their initial homes, players must first purchase its native cryptocurrency UPX using fiat money. As Upland grows more famous, market prices for these properties rise organically. Virtual landlords can hold again or cash out for fiat. While Upland homes are virtual, they're extremely real investment assets. Consider the NYSE as an example. You'd think that, in comparison to most Upland assets, the stock exchange could fetch a decent amount of UPX. But do you think it's worth the entire $23,000? That's how much it sold for in December of last year. It's now even more valuable. Upland's development team intends to expand its universe in the future months and years by introducing 3D property construction tools and allowing users to run businesses in-game. They're even considering a feature that will allow players to transfer NFT artwork into their virtual properties, raising their value in the same way that tangible art does for physical properties. The metaverse is still mostly unknown to all but the most forward-thinking technologists. How long will this situation last? More traditional game vendors are dabbling in blockchain. It is therefore extremely difficult for them to avoid disrupting their own business model. We'll see a lot more NFTs for everything. Many consumer goods will be NFTied and appear in metaverses because brands recognize the marketing and direct revenue possibility. When other sectors enter this space, some may begin to experiment with new types of products and business models based on their brand. You can hear Lueth's enthusiasm for the metaverse future, but also some skepticism about estimating how long it'll take to gain popular usage. In both cases, he's probably correct. Long timeline, high ceiling. Nonetheless, a few household names have begun to dip their toes into the metaverse. Take, for example, Sotheby's, which recently auctioned off an NFT painting for a generally jaw-dropping price. And then there's Atari, the firm that everyone associates with the early days of gaming. In a surprising move, the firm has just surpassed the entire current generation of gaming by establishing its own cryptocurrency, Atari Token. Atari Token's mission is to become the cryptocurrency token of choice for the video gaming and entertainment sectors. It'll help developers and gamers to successfully monetize their digital assets by providing a market for rapid and straightforward token transfers, backed by the promises of smart contract technology. Atari's recent collaboration with Engine, possibly the largest cryptocurrency business in the blockchain gaming space, is one example of how it works. The companies have collaborated to create an NFT fashion line where users may buy Atari-branded clothes with their cryptocurrency. Moving forward, Atari intends to broaden its presence into new markets like East Africa, where mobile game creation is booming. They're also in the early phases of developing immersive and robust virtual and augmented reality gaming. Chesnays is particularly enthused about the potential. Earbuds is another successful startup in the new metaverse business paradigms. Fox, a former NFL player, came up with the idea for the firm while on the field and wondered what Cam Newton was listening to inside his headphones. That is how he came up with the idea of creating a communal music app. While his company doesn't operate on the visual side of the metaverse, the emergence of audio and speech is just as significant. The team behind IMVU provided some of the most intriguing thoughts on the metaverse economy. For context, IMVU is one of the world's largest 3D avatar social platforms, with over 7 million monthly active users. They have a marketplace with over 50 million items, which is funded by native cryptocurrency Bitcoin that has already generated millions of dollars in income and has recently received $35 million in funding. All of this places it among the top metaverse companies, gaming or otherwise. Darren Sui, their CEO, was quick to point out the larger context and climate that allowed IMVU to grow. Crash, but the concept of a virtual simulation where people can interact with each other existed before, Tron in 1982 for example. There's little doubt, according to Sui, that the pandemic has prompted many more people throughout the world to look for a safer and more secure method to socialize online. They're now discovering this incredibly exciting and entertaining approach to connect authentically, converse, and engage with new acquaintances. It's understandable that COVID-19-induced social alienation has fueled interest in virtual social platforms. Sui, on the other hand, has a far longer time horizon. The epidemic, in his opinion, is driving more people to seek for something like the metaverse, but the reason they're staying and paying money is the dramatically enhanced realism and capacities for virtual experiences. That will not go away once the pandemic has ended. We can see that they're talking about Upland is already offering an unrivaled investment platform/game experience that, if all of the things they're experimenting with are implemented, will be nearly unrecognizable only a few years down the road. Atari is using its vintage gaming experience to create a new cutting-edge method for in-game item trade. IMVU has created the type of virtual environment in which people wish to exist. They're attracted in by the pandemic, but they're also attending virtual events and purchasing items for their avatars because it's exciting and immersive. In the coming years, the metaverse may transform the way you earn money, shop, and even hang out with friends. Cryptocurrency is altering the way individuals make money all around the world. So the first and most obvious approach in the metaverse virtual space. The first step is to purchase any land or property in the metaverse. When you purchase a property, it's normally in the form of an NFT. And Decentraland is the biggest, or at least the type of biggest, name in the business of buying land in the metaverse. After that, you proceed to the market. According to our app-like staff, the lowest land accessible will cost you 3,750 mana for the teeny tiny square. So for the currency known as mana in the Decentraland metaverse, if you travel to the Sandbox metaverse, the token is called SAN, and if you wish to Axie Infinity, it is AXS, 50 plus Axie Infinity substitutes, and if we look at Illivium, it is ILV, and if we look at CoinMarketCap, we can see Decentraland. This is a token linked with that metaverse, and it can be used to buy or sell anything in that metaverse. Since Facebook's announcement, it has risen from roughly 80 cents to a high of $5 at some point around $3.50, maybe $4. If you don't wish to invest a large sum of money in purchasing property in the metaverse, you can purchase the token connected with that metaverse. That is option number 2. Therefore, let's look up SAN right now. SAN. And you can see what all of these various tokens are. As a result, the Sandbox costs $2.55. And we can look up Axie Infinity, which is now on the list of the most popular NFT tokens, and check the price of all of these different tokens associated with their metaverse. Assume that real estate is simply too pricey. You can buy metaverse tokens and earn a similar upside as long as the metaverse performs successfully in the long run. This would be pretty similar to purchasing a stock. However, you're purchasing the coin or token associated with that metaverse, which is used to transact in that metaverse. Over at CoinMarketCap or a site like this, you may get a list of all of the different tokens affiliated with Metaverse. And this is a terrific chance because instead of picking and choosing whatever Metaverse you think will do well, if you invest in the index here, you actually get a broad assortment of practically all of them, which in our opinion is a great alternative for generating money in the Metaverse. A lovely way to go, especially if you don't want to invest years worth of savings. And that's all for today. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, then please do leave a like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more such exciting videos. See you in the next one.